Hello mga kasubs and welcome to the Sarsicles TV. You got me, Mark, and in this hump day, wow, we're almost in the middle of November. See how time flies. And just a couple of naps, couple of time ins and times out, and it's gonna be the weekend again, and I'm looking forward. So we before we get lost in a different, totally different topic. Let's circle back and check out this recommendation from All Day Adventures. The recommendation is Steely Dan and the song Deacon Blues. So I did a search here, and I think the one that came across the first few results were audio only, and then I saw this. This is a live performance, but this is more of their recent gigs. So this is not like 80s, 90s old. This is like just a couple of years ago. Yeah, 6 years ago. So this is will show them in the flesh and quite aged. I'm not sure when did they. I don't recall when did they actually came about. Anyway, for those who didn't know, I mentioned I shared this in one of my Steely Dan reactions, and when first time I heard Steely Dan was in it was used as a reference in American Pie band camp. And it was a Stifler's brother who saw a particular instrument, and then he called it Steely Dan. And then it turns out it was an actual, like, some sort of enclosure or a metal case for a small flute or whistle. But because of its shape, it's yeah, and it's silver and steely in appearance, thus probably the name Steely Dan. Anyway, so it was the only reason that I learned that this is actually a band. By the way, the song that we will be listening and reacting to is all about a guy that gave up on life, took to the streets, and loved to play his music. So let's see how the band fares and how sounds. I hope you're ready because this song has a duration, or the video has a duration of 7 minutes 35. So I'm expecting the song will run for that same length as well. So without any, just a quick thank you to all our viewers, subscribers, members, and sponsors. Maraming salamat sa inyo. And without any further delays, let's give the song a go in 3, 2, 1.
This is the day of the expanding man. Shape is my shape, there where I used to stand. It seems like only yesterday, gazed through the glass. Ramp, wild gamblers, that's all in the past. This is the night of the expanding man. I take one last drag as I approach the stand. I cried when I wrote this song. Sue me if I play too long. Brother is free. Be what I want to be. Got to work the saxophone. I play just what I feel. Drink scotch or whiskey all night long. Right behind the wheel. Name for the winners in the world. I wanna make when I lose. Call Alabama the Crimson Tide. Call me Deacon Blues.
And that is the end of the song. It, I just realized over the course of the of the song, I was asking myself, and I'd like to ask you guys, where did Steely Dan come from? Now I'm actually intrigued. Is it is the vocalist's name Dan or something? I'm just curious. Please put it in the comments and help me understand. I just dig the name, Steely Dan. So is it like his moniker, or how did how did they came up? How did they come up with a cool name? Uh, the video. I'm not sure if it's the same concert or a collection of clips, like because of this one it shows a like a blue lighting. They're like all blue here and it's quite dark, and then when it goes to the vocals, y- yeah, it is blue background, but the quality of the video is different. This one here is he's slightly clearer. I'm not sure if it's because of the lighting, but it looks more like focused. The one showing the rest of the band is like out of focus. I don't know. So let me know if this is taken at a single concert. Anyway, let's check the description. No, unfortunately, there's no information. But anyway, it's cool to see the members of the band. So judging from their, it's hard to tell like when did they actually start or started because we don't even know how old or how young they were when they started the band. So they can be probably as early as the 80s or 70s, I guess. So I'm guessing early 90s, late 80s, judging from their genre or the sounds. The closest I can think of that is also uh, uh, I would say ahead of their time would be the band like Rush. So let me know in the comments if the Steely Dan became popular or came about same around the same time as Rush did. Anyway, sound wise, it's a very chill. They have this very chill vibe. It's like a soothing, magical carpet ride, if I may. And their song are is just sorry about that. So throat is still itching from time to time, so I had to mute. And their sound is just like moods. The voice of the vocals is mood setting. I would say that he has this Phil Collins going on with his singing style and somewhat, yeah. There are moments where I even his head movements. I don't know. There's I'm not sure if it's similar, but it he kind of reminds me of Phil Collins, both appearance wise and sound wise. From a band perspective, you can see that they are a like a full setup band. They have the guitar, the drums, the bass. They even have a keyboard and a wind section. They have a sax. So this one looks like I thought that he looks as if he were playing a keyboard, but judging from his hands, they're like hanging. So I thought at first he was playing keyboards because of this black thing in front of him, but now it just looks like he's in front of a some sort of podium because of these two what looks like microphones or maybe some lights. So maybe just a note stand. So he's not really like playing a keyboard, but I think they do have a separate musician for that. So it's a full blown band, but um, rather than sounding how do we say that very dense and thick, it's more from here it looks like a keyboard or piano. Let me know in the comments, uh like how many members are there. So here you can see like two guitarists, so that or three guitarists, that would mean one bassist, two guitars. So here he's playing the piano, I guess. There's also one behind him. So they seem to be of like a very big band. Plus they have two backing vocals, female, if they are counted as members or if they are sessionists. Anyway, so even when they're like a full band, their sound is very harmonious. It's not too dense, um, but it's just the right density, I would say. It's just despite their numbers, it's still smooth listening. So I would describe the song as, so it's not really rock, but it's like a light pop. I wouldn't say it's pop, or how would we describe the song? That's the safe way to go, right? You call this pop if you're not sure. Uh, yeah, but I would say something like a light blues, or yeah, something like that, light blues. But let me know in the comments what you think. So for now, before I just realized, so there are several wind. So there is a wind section. So there's a what looks like a trombone, what looks like a trumpet, just judging from his hand positioning, and then there's one more. So there's four of them. Speaking of, I just remember a story here. Saxophone. The saxophone is one of the instruments that I really wanted to learn when I was younger. So apart from being a guitarist, knowing how to play bass, I wanted to learn a wind instrument. Uh, at first, I wanted the mandolin or the violin, but I realized, these are stringed instruments. I want to try something else. So I went for wind instrument, and I thought about the saxophone because for me, the sound it produces, or I would describe saxophone as arguably the sexiest instrument there is. But then I realized how expensive it is. So rather than buying one out off the bat, I tried something that was on sale. So I tried a wind instrument that is much more affordable, and it was like some sort of a bugle. It was this short, and it was like a brass. I believe it's brass because it's shiny, and you can use some metal polish to make it more lust lustrous, I would say. The only challenge there is I wasn't able to make it like uh, sound right. I thought it was missing a mouthpiece just like this one, but it turns out it's not as easy as you think that, when you blow a bugle it's gonna sound like a horn already. There's an actual way of playing it. It's like uh, when you're trying to learn to whistle. So there's a way you position your tongue, your lips, and the way you blow the air out to make that whistling sound. So kind of similar to the bugle, but the thing is, I didn't learn. I didn't learn how to play it, so eventually I had to drop and then just switch to something easier to play, and that would be, or something easier to learn, and that would be the ukulele. So there you have it. Let's leave it there. That's my reaction and a little story about learning an instrument. Let me know what you think. Leave it in the comments. If you haven't done it yet, these are the stuff you can do to show loving to our channel. Please do as many as you can. Don't forget to tell your family and friends about the Sarsicles TV. Sharing is caring, and most importantly, stay safe, everyone. I'll see you on the next video.